Put more fingers in there. I'm like,
I was worried about Abel getting my damn channel canceled. Y'all gonna get my channel canceled. Like, they over here talking about nothing on bitches' faces and shit.
Cancel.
Well, first of all, you talk about nothing. No, let me start. All right, well.
Can they see you?
You said what?
Can they see you?
Yeah, they can see me. No, that's why I had it. So now I gotta go back. Let me make sure. Let me see my big ass.
We gotta rotoscope.
You ever smacked her with the forehead?
With the schlong? Actually, I haven't done that before.
I have.
I want y'all to know.
It's nice when you like beating.
Let me make sure it's recorded. Hold on. You say you ever smack on the forehead? Oh yeah, I caught that. Yeah. Now let me stop. All right, as you know, I don't do intros and all that other stuff. You've been here before. You've actually sat in, well, at least from people from Raleigh, you sat in on most of these interviews, so you know how these go. Mm-hmm. We got Tristan back. I brought donuts, Krispy Kreme, just to piss him off. And then Chris is here to join us. Sheed, I do apologize. Poor planning on my part. I thought you were tracking this, but I'm gonna bring you back to the channel like I brought Ram. But the main focus for this sit down, for this podcast is mainly reflection. So for my returning guests, like whatever their niche is, and yours is definitely cosplay number one, and then fit, or either or, you know, you feel me? But I wanted to do a check-in with you and just a reflection and ask you certain questions about the fitness community, cosplay community, and then, you know, just your take on what you went through all last year. You know, apparently there is a big problem in the cosplay community. I will, in a fun way, try to address that and get your perspective on that. But other than that, how have you been since you last been on the channel?
Shoot, man. So our first interview together was in May during Animazement. Mm-hmm. That was like, I don't want to say the peak of my life last year, but it was definitely like a very, very high. So since then, it's been fairly steady, I would say. You know, life is crazy. Life tends to have its experiences, so like there's always good and bad no matter what. But I think overall right now, man, I am satisfied with life, but I want more. I always want more. So,
in what regard, the cosplay community or fitness community?
Both, but more so fitness. Cosplay really is like my fun outlet. Fitness is like the number one passion where it's like I have goals that I want to go after and like things I want to accomplish. You feel me?
I promise we're going to touch on that.
Yeah.
Some of the questions I want to ask you. So you've been doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Like, so what was it? And if I misspeak, y'all help me. But obviously known in North Carolina.
Yeah.
What, went to Washington?
Washington, D.C. for Otakon.
Okay,
yeah.
Washington, Georgia. I feel like there's another one that I'm missing.
Dragon Con.
Yeah, where was...
That was in Atlanta.
No, yeah. Georgia,
Atlanta.
Washington.
Anime Week in Atlanta.
Oh, I went to Anime Week in Atlanta.
Got you. So with that being said, like with all the traveling, like, so your perspective now that you've gotten, I can't say out there more, but you've been doing a lot more traveling. Like, so your perspective on traveling, booking, preparation. What was your temperament like going through those phases? Because again, it obviously is different, like going to Anime Con home versus actually traveling. So what were some of, whether they're good or bad, like what were some of the things you experienced like in your travels to these cons?
Okay, so I'll start off with like, last year was definitely the first time I really got a chance to travel, you know? People always talk about like, oh, I went to vacation here and here, and I'm always like, damn, I feel like I'm missing out because like I never really get the chance to do that. So last year experiencing all that, it was like, I got to have the joy of checking out new cities, new places that I've never been to before and meeting new people. But on top of that, there was also like the downside of like checking out these new places and meeting these new people. You know, you have a certain viewpoint of how you think people are and places are until you actually get there and you're like, oh, it's a little different. Atlanta.
So with that being said, like, so you just asking because, but having your team there with you, do you feel like whether it was good or bad, like having them there with you kind of helped mellow you out? Because there was a level of familiarity that you had around you. You feel like that kind of helped with the travels?
Oh, absolutely, man. I feel like when it comes to just going anywhere, I feel a lot more comfortable and confident in my own skin when I'm with people.
Okay.
Like by myself, don't mind traveling, I don't mind going to new places, but I definitely have that sort of angst sometimes where I'm like, okay, don't know how people are going to treat me here, don't know how they're going to react. I'm a very flamboyant looking guy, so people already have their assumptions when they look at me and stuff like that. So hence why I wear tank tops. You're going to leave the buff guy alone, you know?
So With that being said, like from your perspective, like if you were to give people advice about traveling, booking, and preparation, what would your advice be? They can be anything, finances, stays, like all that. What would your advice be for cosplayers that want to travel different cities, whatever? Just what would your advice to other cosplayers traveling?
I would start off with finances.
Okay.
For sure. Finances is like the top priority because if you don't have that shit situated, it can make things difficult. Not just for yourself, for everyone in the party too, because it's a team effort, you know? So you just gotta make sure you're on top of it, you got your stuff situated. I know I also got my own finances to work on, so this is like speaking from experience. Yeah, I would start off with that. Then it's like doing your research, you know, just like knowing where you're going to. What is a scene out there? What is it like? Where to not go and where to go. Don't go to the Popeyes in Atlanta. Which one?
I was like,
East Atlanta Popeye.
Do not go. Do not go. Good chicken, but don't go. Take out.
So real quick, since I do have you guys here and I fully intend to engage with you guys, anything you want to add to that since you guys were, not the Popeyes, but just, we're going to touch on that in a second, but just like based on what he said, like you guys want to caveat to that or just add to?
I think the finances is a big part. Just planning things in advance. That's the biggest thing I learned. Like, and if you're
Then
gonna
you bring the mag. I'm kidding anyway, no.
hey man, TikTok's back, and all I gotta say is that sometimes I jump to conclusions about people, and I don't know. Maybe they prove me wrong.
Anyway, I'm sorry you said that.
Yeah. Planning in advance. Plan as much in advance as you can, because like things book out quick, and they get more and more expensive as the date comes of your actual event. So, thinking about different cons that like I want to go to this year and travel, especially with our group here. Planning in advance is like the most important part because one, like you said, for finances, it becomes much cheaper the more in advance you do it, and you're more financially prepared to go to these events. So that's my biggest thing, just in advance.
Chris, anything you want to add for us based on his take?
Yeah, number one, finances for sure. Like, cause you can go to another con, a big con out of state, but like, if you don't have the finances, if you don't have the money, I think the biggest thing is like worrying about what you need and just having money. You don't want to be broke when you
we
go
saw
out.
that. Nothing. Anyway, I'm fucking
No,
with
but
you.
like finances for me.
Sheet man is calling.
I'm gonna text him.
He doesn't live far out, so he literally could.
I mean, he could walk in.
Yeah, if you're
tell him come to the big C. Just
Yeah.
like come to the big speed. Wink, wink. Now let me stop. But I apologize. You know how I get off tangent and all that other stuff. So with all your travel, so what was your take? Which one did you have the most fun at? The one in DC, the one at Atlanta? Which one was the most live for you?
DC all the fucking way.
So tell me about that one. I didn't make that one obviously, but what was the expenses there had to be higher than any. I'm asking. The expenses there had to be higher than any of the ones that you've done so far, right?
I'm bad for keeping track of that stuff, so I
Gotcha,
can't
gotcha.
say.
So the only reason I ask, like, in my mind, the more money equal, probably bad, but more money, more fun. Anyway, so you were out in DC, so like, why was that the most live out of all of them that you've been to?
Man, well, for one, getting to be with like these guys and like the rest of the group, man, just being with like the family, pretty much. Like these are my people, these are like my friends, best friends, and like just getting to go to our first out of state con. Oh, no, it wasn't our first. It was your first out of state con, right?
Otakon?
Yeah.
Technically no, but big one, yeah.
Okay, got you. Well, overall, just getting to have that experience with them was really dope. And for me, my first out of state con was in DC.
Okay.
So it was kind of like coming back full circle and just being like, oh, this is the same spot I was at. Now I get to like really explore it. Exploring it, I realized it's still way bigger than I actually thought it was. But that was the cool part, just like knowing like, okay, I can come back here next year and like there's more that I can see. But yeah, and like traveling wise, there wasn't too difficult. We still had to Uber, but it just didn't seem as like, I want to say complicated as it was traveling in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So what was for that con, just please remind me and also the audience, but so what were your go-tos like as far as cosplay? What did you cosplay while you were out there?
So this was like during the time where I was just pulling Crow out of the closet like left and right.
Okay.
Because like I just love wearing the suit.
Okay.
So definitely Crollo. I had Toto on because like at this point like I'm just known as a Toto cosplayer, so I gotta bring him out. What else did I do, man? I don't know what else I did.
Do you feel like the not representation, but like better cosplay?
Did you do Tochi?
Like for the last day. Yeah.
Did you go to the con the last day?
No, we didn't go to the con. We all just went to like downtown. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That was fun though.
Did you see better cosplays out in that region? And I'm asking just from perspective, but I guess there really is no better cosplay. But did you see, I guess, better cosplaying a lot more out there than you would here in Raleigh?
I would say that yes, and it's mainly due to the fact that I think oftentimes a lot of like the cosplay influencers tend to travel out to cons. So for like a con like Otakon, like you would more than likely run into like a really cool cosplay just because that's where like the people who like spend half their time doing that stuff go to, you know.
Did you meet any of your in your travels? But did you happen to meet any of your favorite influencers as you traveled to these cons?
Dude, at Anime Week in Atlanta, I ran into Jeffrey Zhang for the second time.
Okay.
And like that was off coincidence. Me and my boy Limitless Dom, we went to go work out in the hotel gym. And
I always gotta get the gains, but yeah,
got to. And Jeffrey Zhang just happened to be there, and like he was just working out with one of his buddies. Shit, I hate that I forget his name, but I really fucked with his outfit. He had a cool. His whole aesthetic was dope. But he was there too, and they were both working out together, and me and Dom were just working out and like doing our videos. So that was really cool to actually get to be there, talk to him, ask him stuff about like content creation, get some advice, and just get to know the guy a little bit more, you know.
So I'm gonna cut into this thing just a little deeper, so bear with me.
Yeah.
But so just out of curiosity, like how well were you able, just from them aside, how well were you able to manage your temperament? Were there times that you got frustrated? Were there so you know how like let's say like the 4 days, like day 1 chill, day 2 okay now you motherfuckers really testing my patience, day 3 all right I'm finna spaz in you motherfuckers, day 4 hey guys so what we doing for like I know that's probably a little bit exaggerating, but like did your temperament like I guess on the angry side kind of fluctuate while you were there?
Like on the second trip?
In general, in your travels.
In my travels? Really, like, it's always been chill and fun. Like, I've never had a bad experience besides the last few days of Dragon, only because just dealing with the individuals that are in Atlanta, that just kind of fucked up my whole mood and vibe. But overall, like, I always have a good experiences with these, like, out-of-state cons.
How long would you say it took you to bounce back from that? Like I know, so and here's why I ask. I know for some people, because from my perspective, I haven't cosplayed yet, but this is our chance and our moment to get away from the bullshit. Whatever the bullshit is, it is our chance to get away from the bullshit. Since you did experience something like that, did that kind of like, in a sense, like fuck with your psyche a little bit?
Yeah, it turned me off a little bit because I was just like, damn, like you said, it's where you go to escape. These conventions are like an escape, and it's fun to just like be a nerd, get to cosplay as your favorite character, and then still having to deal with like just stupid people out in the world and just like disrespectful people. It's like, what the fuck, man? So that just like really fucked with my vibe for a minute because I was like, I'm very in tune with my emotions, right? So when I feel something, I feel it hard. And so what I felt after the situation that I dealt with at Dragon Con, I was just pissed off for like weeks, bro. Pissed off way much more than like I normally am when I'm mad. Like I was just carrying this shit. It was like a cloud over my head like for weeks. And it wasn't until we had that talk that I really started to reflect more.
So allow me to ask this, was it, respectfully, was it hard for you to maintain that happy mask when you were still at the con? Because again, like you said, there was some, because of situations, you were harboring those emotions. So was it hard to be like, hey Ram, come party, but at the same time, you're like, I really want to break somebody's fucking face right now,
bro.
Fuck this party, fuck this. But I mean, but what, was that hard?
Yes. Okay. Every time I got a text like, yo, where you at? What you up to? I'm like, please just leave me alone. I think it was Sunday. I got the chance to finally just kick back. I did a JJK photo shoot. Then I went to this chicken spot, not Popeyes. in downtown Atlanta, and I was like, this is nice. This is what I needed. Just a moment to myself, enjoy this like good Southern food, and just like have some time to myself. Yeah.
So allow me to ask y'all a question because of how heavy we do fuck with Ram. You know, we see him, you know, family, all that other stuff. Seeing him like that switch, that temporary switch, but that switch he went through. Like, what was y'all's thought process at the time? I'll let either one can
During
go
the time when
Yeah. Just seeing that, and then you dodged a couple of bullets out there. Let's call it
Yeah,
spade a
yeah,
spade.
you weren't there for the second.
it was me,
encounter
Savvy, and
that.
Abiel.
Yeah, you guys weren't there for the second encounter though.
No, we
What about
weren't
the
even
first?
there. I don't think I was there for the first week.
Damn, bro. I
'Cause-
gotta give more detail on like what exactly happened. I don't mind sharing it.
No, but like just hearing about
touch, I
it,
got
yeah.
you. But seeing that change in him, like, what did that kind of like?
it kind of fucked up my vibe too. But like,
Because you fed off his energy, right?
yeah, and like for me, like, not even a con itself, but like the stupid people that come along with the con. But like that was my second year being there, and I was like, damn, like I got more people. I got the whole fam here, and it's like. They're going through stuff. I mean, they're having negative. Yeah.
You know that
Dealing with
TikTok
some-
sound?
yeah,
What the fuck happened? I'm sorry. But
No,
yeah.
but like just not being there, it's like damn. Maybe if we were all together, you know.
Different turnout?
Yeah, maybe. But it's like I wasn't there to see it or feel it. So, but I can only go by what.
Yeah.
What you're seeing
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now in the present moment, right?
And it just makes you pissed off, man. Like you can't do nothing about it. But like to ruin somebody's vibe from having a good time and changing your outlook on the con, like
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, man. Like I felt it for probably as long as you did, cause like just hearing about it through people in the group,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn.
And
Kinda
did it
sucks.
bother you, like, to a sense, the way that he kind of did have to withdraw himself?
Oh yeah, cause
I was a
it
little
was,
sad. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, you weren't the same Rams that I met like you. I was like, man, like, cause you know Ramses, he's chill, you humble, man. You always been like
Charismatic, good energy, right?
charismatic,
Yeah.
man. Like your vibes have always been like uplifting, man. So like to see that, it's like, damn. I was like, I've never seen Ramses pissed off, like never. So I was like. Damn, I was like, there's nothing I can say or do to make it better. It's just like,
You been giving him a donut. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm
It was a
fucking with
dark time.
don't.
you. What about you? Like, what's your take? I know you're still eating the sandwich, but yeah.
Yeah, oddly enough, it's weird, but I related more because like I understood that reaction because I've been more controlled like as I've got older. But like back then, I used to be like a super hothead. Like things would set me off.
What'd you say? Bitch, you heard me. God, that, yeah, no,
So
yeah.
it's I definitely understood that response. Like that's why whenever I was around Rams, I was just like I understood. You know what I'm saying? That there's no criticism coming from me because like I would probably have a worse response to be real. And that's
damn.
why I was like for all the incidents. I'm
Yeah.
glad I wasn't there for the last one. I would have got kicked out of that con. But no, it definitely. It's hard to say because like I was there for most of those events, except for that last one, and then it just I don't know. I had the same reaction like myself, so it's hard to like look in the outside and just be like, oh man, like I feel bad because like I feel shitty myself. So it's like
So I gotta, if he does make it, we're gonna be here for a while anyway. But if Sheed is here, I'm gonna readdress it. And I say this respectfully, but what I've noticed about Sheed and what I actually kind of love and respect about him, I say this respectfully, but I feel like out of everybody in the group, he handles bullshit fairly well.
He's the wizard. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That is a wizard.
if you want, so let's speak on this. So what happened?
Man, okay, so finally breaking the silence on it because I never really like talked about it on social media. Just because.
Do you feel comfortable?
I don't mind talking about it now.
Okay.
I just didn't want to be like, oh, go on my story. Ugh, can't believe this happened on Dragon Con. I'm not that person.
Okay,
you know?
I got you.
But on the topic now, so basically, long story short for both of these, the first encounter, this drunk guy was like harassing like my now girlfriend, right? And I was just like not having
And
that.
while y'all were in cosplay and shit.
What?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Right. So I pretty much went off on him. Just told him to like leave her alone, essentially. If not, we're gonna have problems. And then second guy, the second was a drunk guy. Oh yeah, they were both drunk dudes, man. People just cannot handle their alcohol. But anyway, second guy, pretty much just fucking groped me, like grabbed my dick.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm just like laying back, chilling. We're playing spin the bottle, just having a good time. This guy just leans over, grabs my balls. I'm like, okay, this is a problem. So I went off on him.
So that might can be cowabunga it is, and okay, but,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I didn't swing on him. A couple of friends were like, yo, you had every right to like immediately swing. And I'm like, I just don't operate like that. You know, I like to give people a warning, but also let people know like, yo, you're fucking with the wrong guy. Like even though I'm pissed off right now, this is me giving you a chance to just like go away. Cause this situation could get way worse.
So you had to maintain a peaceful. What's the word?
I wasn't peaceful. I was like yelling.
Okay, well, from a crash out.
Yeah, I was crashing out for sure.
You had to attempt to maintain after this.
Yeah.
Stuff, but you had to attempt to maintain a bearing after dealing. That was hard, but
that was definitely the hardest part because I was still pretty pissed off about it, man. Just like I never really deal with situations where things piss me off. I'm not like I try to control my temper and things that stress me out, but that was just crossing the line, you know. And so having gotten out of like breaking that barrier down again, I realized, or at the time I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's not that hard to stand my ground, stand up for myself. But the problem now is that I'm just constantly pissed, and now I'm like looking for the next problem because in my head I'm just like feeding off this energy. I'm like, okay, who's gonna piss me off next so I can finally take this out of somebody, you know?
And that's pretty much what almost okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, did that kind of change your? Let's just take away from Atlanta, or but because that can obviously happen anywhere. Because you know cons are, and I'm just not learning this. You know, it's different from Fayetteville. But you know, it's not like in Fayetteville where like they start at 10 and at 7.
Yeah.
These cons are like all day, all night events. Like what time did you guys get home? Like 3, 4 a.m. Every other but did it change your perspective on cons and what to watch out for as a cosplayer? Did it change your perspective on cons and what to look out for while you're out there?
Yeah. Definitely just got to look out for like the people you surround yourself with. You can't be friendly with everyone, unfortunately. That's kind of the problem with the second guy because he had just walked up to us and he was like, oh, can I sit here? And we were all just like, yeah. But it's like, we don't know the guy. Like, we don't want to be disrespectful, but at the same time, we have the right.
I'm listening. The Krispy Kreme is outside.
Krispy Kreme.
Tell him it's under Ronald Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
You don't look like him. He's inside doing the interview. Love you. I'm sorry. Continue.
You're good. As people, we have a right to set our boundaries, and if somebody comes up to us that we don't know and is like, "Hey, can I hang with you?" We can say,
"Hello, Ronald Johnson."
Safety or
Ronald Johnson. That's us. Thank you, man. Thank you. You too.
That's pretty much what I learned through that.
So I was gonna say, so you got that perspective based on those events, and so and I'm not gonna make this a sexy follow-up question. You went through that. Appreciate you. The good stuff is here.
Let's go.
So I would have got Dunkin' out of spite, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna get none. I ain't gonna eat. Anyway, I'm gonna break the ice first. Oh, and look at that. It's not hot. Ain't that a bitch? But not, my bad. Let me ask this question before y'all can dig in. I am.
Appreciate that.
In the span of a squirrel. So you went through that as a guy, and I didn't even get to ask this question until now. But so apparently, with other guests that I've talked to within the cosplay community, I'm gonna say that seems to be a really big problem. You went through that, and you are not a small guy. You look people who see like, and you went through that yourself. So the direction I'm finna take it to, like, regardless if you're an adult or a child, like, do you feel like that's actually do you feel like that's scary? Like, people will experience something like that to that degree at cons? Like, please speak on that. Like, regardless if it's essay, you know, that other word, or, you know, all that other stuff, based on your experiences and what you know about life in general, do you feel like at a cosplay convention, that'd be the last place you would think to, you know, experience that? Like, what is your take? Now I can dig in. But anyway, go ahead.
It's definitely a problem.
Okay.
It's absolutely a problem, and it shouldn't be. You know,
Not in cosplay, right?
no,
At least,
just in general, it shouldn't be. But like, of all places in the cosplay community, you know.
No,
And the reason I say that, I'll grab one after I take my lab tape.
yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna leave this here for the opposition. Oh, you gonna see him in the thing? Yeah,
fellow Dunkin' Donuts enjoyer right here.
I won't turn down kindness.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
I gotta
People
grab
eat Dunkin' and evil. I'm sorry.
We'll come back to that in a second. Can you grab my bag real quick? I knew I should have grabbed the lactase out of there beforehand. Yeah, I ain't trying to poo-poo in my pants right now. During the interview, bro, it's crazy. I'm lactose intolerant, bro. Pharaoh's only weakness, by the way, I don't have any other weaknesses because I'm just like that. Lactose. Cannot fucking.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wish you would have said something. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, they don't have alternatives, I think. All right, let me pop one of these real quick. Pop a Perk 30. Get lit. All right, better be wired during this interview. Ronald J.
At least y'all know if
Donald
I apply for a
J.
job,
Trump.
I get it. But anyway,
Ronald J. Trump.
See? Now this is nice, breaking bread and everything. With the Krispy Kremes.
Okay.
All right, but
Let me log in. So, it's sad that it's a problem in the community, man. Thank you. Because the way I view the cosplay community, a lot of us are outcasts. A lot of us, we were the kids
amen.
who were bullied in middle school, elementary, high school for liking the nerdy shit, the weird shit, the anime shit, you know? And this is a gathering, a place for us to all come together and embrace those things. Bring them out into the open. All these things that like people used to belittle us for, we can now put it out there and have fun with it and enjoy each other, embrace people, make new friends, find your next partner, whatever, you know? And
we're gonna touch on that too. I got you.
And for the
Eat up.
the essay, the sexual misconduct, for that to be a problem is just crazy. And it's like, do people just not understand boundaries? Do they just not know how to keep their hands to themselves, you know?
So
It's just like, it's one of those things, like, I don't really have a solution for it. I can only question it. I just know, don't fucking do that, you know?
hopefully it makes sense, but do you feel like, with that being said, and it can happen in any situation, not just cosplay, but do you feel like now in the cosplay community, people are more prone to do that? Based on like what you had said in the beginning, you know, outcasts, people who were basically victims, right? Do you feel like people in the cosplay community are more prone to that than any other? Again, it can happen anywhere, but you know, from that statistic, if that makes sense.
That is an interesting question. Do I feel like they're more prone to it because they're like
Being a victim of that because of the type of people that are in the cosplay community, and I'm only basing that on your
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, looking at it like that, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, in the sense of like, because a lot of us probably didn't have, a lot of people like us probably don't have the social skills that most normal people do.
Okay.
Just because we've been bullied. People don't want to hang out with us. People like cast us aside. So we never really get the chance to build up those social skills, that social awareness of like, what's okay, what can you do when you cannot, what can you not do, and what can you say, and blah, 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 so forth, right? So I'm sure a lot of people like that just don't really understand, like, that's not okay, which is a crazy thing to say, but some people just don't know, I guess, because they haven't really experienced the real world like that, or other people like that, you know? Yeah, it's weird how it comes down like that, but like...
Not excusing it or anything.
I'm not excusing it, exactly,
yeah,
you know? But that's just... For lack of a better phrasing, me trying to put myself in their perspective, you know,
Got you.
Maybe trying to understand where their mind is at.
Like,
you
bro,
know?
what the fuck is?
Yeah.
So how about this? I want y'all, based on that same format, attention span of squirrel, I can't repeat all that, but what is your take based on what I did ask him?
I agree with what Ramses said. My take is that I feel like there's like almost like a fetish with like cosplayers, and like people tend to over sexualize them. It's like a lot of sometimes you go to cons and like they crack down more on this, but people wear like a lot of revealing stuff, and they're true to their characters. They want to wear exactly what the characters wear. So a lot of times it can be super revealing. You see with a lot of people will end up over sexualizing these people, these characters, And you'll go to cons and they'll have signs that says cosplay is not consent, like don't touch anybody, anything like that, because it is a big problem. Where,
Oh
like,
my God.
You'll see people and like, I mean,
No, for real, like cosplay is not like you.
Yeah,
a lot of the-
forgot to mention that.
yeah, a lot of the women friends that we have is just like have so many stories about like people, like maybe not just like grabbing onto them, but like being creeps to them. And so a lot of like you'll see that and it's like rampant, but like the social awkwardness, and you put that around like these attractive people, and it's like a recipe for disaster.
It's not
That
funny,
is-
but it's just the way
It's
it's
true.
That's a
true.
great way of putting it. Yeah.
Because it's like these people, they don't know how to
Oh,
act.
shit.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's the formula.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because like the way you just painted that picture, I'm like, oh shit, yes it is. But anyway, yeah.
It's like you get these people, they don't go outside, they probably never really had no experiences with their own like
Social
girlfriends,
skills.
and social skills and stuff, and then you get them around these beautiful women, and it's like,
Yeah, I'm gonna touch your boobs.
like,
Like what?
they don't know how to act.
No,
It's like,
this isn't the real life anime fool. Like there's consequences to this
Yes,
shit. You
yes.
motherfucker. Chris, what's your take? I'm sorry.
This is not a quirky slice of life anime where you can just do sexual shit and get away with it.
You're not gonna fall into some pussy like that. But anyway,
you'll
whoops.
fall into handcuffs.
Some people just
How did
don't
I
know
get
the
there?
law.
I'm so sorry.
No, but like I agree with both of these guys, man. Like when it comes to cosplay, like Tristan said, like a lot of the characters we meet, a lot of the attractive women and female friends that we know, they do be sexually would you say sexually
Like oversexual.
yeah, really sexually. But at the end of the day, man, like people just don't know the law. They don't understand
Oh my
respect,
God,
man. People
man.
don't know. You would think people know right from wrong, but
So, if I may, because I got y'all's perspective, if you wanted to be brief or if you want to expand, you can, or if you don't want to talk about it at all, you can. But based on the situation that I wasn't there for, obviously, I've heard the stories, I've heard perspective, but, and not going to paint the picture like this individual is like a monster or anything. He's just lacking knowledge. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Real lack. But anyway, but based on because that happened so close. Well, your personal experience, and then somebody you knew, like, what did that like do to you as far as like views on friendship and like who you should bring around, like from your perspective? Does that question make sense?
Yeah.
So what did that do?
Man, okay. So with that particular situation, so the individual, the perpetrator, I guess.
Yeah.
This was a person that I knew since like 2021.
Okay.
And I would say I would put them up there as like one of my first few cosplay friends.
Okay.
So it was very disheartening to hear like, damn, this is how you're really like, you know? And for one, condemn the actions. Like, just, that was not cool to do at all, right? But then it was the aftermath of it where it was like, man, I gotta really start watching out who is in my circle. Because apparently, like...
Because there was more than one cutoff, right? Apparently.
Right, yeah. It was just like... The people close to you can sometimes fuck you over. And at the time, I really took that to heart. I was very much so like, okay, I'm not making any more new friends for the remainder of the year. Like, I got my people already, you know. That's cool. Like, I'm going to stick with them, and that's it, because people are just not trustworthy. At least that's what I thought at that time. You know, it was just very in a dark place, right? So my viewpoint on just the way I interacted with people, who I let in, who I didn't let in, just changed a lot, you know. And it made it harder for me to, like, go out and hang with friends, to go out and, like, do new activities. Because I'm like, all right, who am I going with? Do I really know this person up there? No, I don't. I'm staying home.
This is personal liability to me. So
Yeah.
What I did want to ask, because and it still can happen regardless,
Yeah.
you know, depending on who you are.
Right.
But do you feel like from a content creation and opportunity standpoint that kind of sets you back as well? Because you guys were making some really good, from my interpretation, you guys were making some really good moves back then. Networking, other podcasting, not just with the phone and the camera, but other people, like some real names. But because of that situation and everybody that was in it, like, you know, I'm gonna go to this side and I'm gonna go to that side, and then it came, okay, so now we choosing sides. Like, what about the right goddamn thing? Like, but I mean, did that kind of like from a content creating standpoint like set you back as well because of who you allowed within the circle? No, that sounds bad. I'm sorry. Let me
Go ahead.
not with who you allowed within the circle, but just can I say what was around at the time? Because I'm not trying to just pinpoint that because life goes on at the end of the day. But that particular situation did kind of cause a setback, not just for you, but for a couple others. Am I right or am I?
Okay, so I'll break it down like this. With the divide, it definitely shattered any chances of like any collaborative ideas with said party. You know, because there was definitely plans to do more stuff, more panels with this particular individual and who else was in their group. With everyone kind of taking their own different sides, it was like, all right, well, we can't really work together anymore because if you guys are like over here and we're over here, then can't really find any sort of common ground, you know.
Okay.
So in that instance, yes. For me personally, it never stopped me from creating content. It might have slowed me down just mentally because I just wasn't really there. Really in that instance, which like is unfortunate because I mean some ideas were pretty cool. But hey, at the end of the day, bro, I mean we just gotta do what is morally correct, you know.
So allow me to ask this because you started bringing your family, your little brothers around to these cons. So what is your biggest worry? I will start with worry, then we'll move over to good stuff. But what is your biggest worry for them based on every experience that you had? What is your biggest worry for them bringing them around to this now? Now that they're getting older because they see Big Brother do it, they think, cool. Like what's your worry for them?
My biggest worry is just like people taking advantage of their age because my brothers are young. They're like, well, the one that I take to the cons normally is like 13, right? And so he seems like an older guy. Like he behaves himself in a much older way. He has that sort of maturity. But people may not recognize, oh, this is still like a kid. You know?
Yeah, okay.
So they might take advantage of that, whether it's like, trying to...
Tracking. I got you.
Yeah. So it's like watching out for stuff like that, seeing how people interact with him. What exactly are they saying to my brother? It's like I got to be very wary when he's interacting with other people because I'm like...
Because you don't want that shit to come back into the home at all.
Yeah. I don't want... people to like manipulate him and stuff like that. So like I know he can protect himself, but I'm also like, I'm big bro and I love this kid. And it's just like, I want to make sure people treat him as a kid, as, my little brother,
Do you like the fact that, on a positive note, because we kind of did go dark. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
But on a positive note, are you happy that he's in the cosplay community and expressing himself with like, I guess, core values of characters that he sees? Like, you want to, does that make,
Oh, dude, it brings so much joy to me because it's just like, now I know, like, anytime there's a local con, if these guys can't make it, I can go with little bro, and I don't have to go by myself. I mean, I can still go with Sheed, which needs to show up, bro. I can still go with like other people, but just knowing that I can go with also like my immediate family, that's a very nice feeling, and just like getting to bond over the things that we both like. It's just beautiful, man. Because I just feel like I don't really get the chance to spend enough time with my family in general, just because I'm so busy doing everything that I do. So getting to do this with my brother, it's a very special bonding feeling, man. It really is.
So before I move it over to fitness, that's gonna be my favorite part.
Yeah.
No, let me stop.
Yeah.
Relationship wise, as far as dating, like doing all this because you have been on the move again. I feel like a community will speak a lot about an individual. If their community fucks with you, that says a lot, and your community does. So anyway, with all the moves that you're doing, how active you are with your community, not just in cosplay but in life, is it hard for you to, because of how active you are in the cosplay community, has it like taken a toll on your relationships?
I gotta always be worried about how much time I'm putting into fitness and cosplay, because it can creep up, man, when you don't realize it, and you're like, oh, I gotta go attend to this. I gotta communicate this, because I see that like things are getting a little rocky here. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect, whether friends, partners, whatever, right? But number one thing is just communicating, man. And like doing everything that I do, I always have to like communicate, be like, yo, I'm about to go do this real quick. If you don't hear back from me, it's because I'm doing this. Scheduling, setting time aside, actually setting the time aside to be with your friends, to be with your partner, to be with your family.
Your person got you.
It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I can't sit here and say that I'm perfect at it. It's definitely one of my biggest flaws. I get on my ass about it every day, but I try to make the effort, and I could always be better.
So before I move it to fitness, guys, is based on his reflection for 2024. Is there anything? You guys were there for most of it. Is there anything you guys want to add to before I move it to fitness?
Go first.
I can't think of anything right now.
I want you to know your friends suck. Nah, I'm kidding. Allow me to say this. And again, there's more insight in different people that I'm gonna talk to, just with their reflection and what they saw.
Yeah.
Again, y'all know me. If I don't like a situation, I'm gonna fucking leave. But no, it's
2024 is crazy. To summarize it, I'm gonna just say it was a crazy fucking year. So many experiences. Like, I look back and I laugh now because I'm just like, so much happened.
Yep.
And this is gonna be like my nerdy side coming out. But did you know that the entirety of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics takes place in 1 year?
No,
In 1 year, he becomes Spider-Man, and he dies as fucking Spider-Man. No. That's what fucking 2024 felt like.
Okay. So
I feel like I did become a new person, but like, yeah, metaphorically, I died and became resurrected, and here I am.
So is this like moving forward, like just
yeah?
And you probably already spoke on it, just asking for reiteration. But is this going to make it kind of harder for you to maybe not embrace people, but bring more people around the circle, if that makes sense?
This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. You're watching. If people want to come into my circle, I'm gonna put it plain and simple. You got to give me a reason to like put you in a circle. I see everyone equally and like on the same plane, but there's also a level of like, can I trust you? How respectful are you? Are you gonna show me any signs of like, you're a liability? Because I gotta think both professionally and also just like emotionally, bro. And I feel like my trust has been broken down enough where I can never really trust people or love people the same. But I'm still willing to make the effort to be more open to people, make the effort to be more empathetic and loving towards people. But at the same time, I need to protect my peace. And if people don't understand that, hey,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. Simple as that.
So like, okay, before I move to fitness,
That's how
y'all
we're
really
moving in 2025.
anything y'all want to say to that?
Just
Say something,
accountability.
goddamn, bro.
Yeah, I got you. No, it's like, you already know, I told you 2024 has been like,
Oh yeah, I know what it did for you.
yeah, it took some losses, but also we gained a lot. And with the amount of people, our immediate family here, like we have done some great things and there are more great things to come. It's growing. We obviously travel more. I feel like we've done more traveling. No liability. I don't know, everybody's just like, we have a respectful amount of people and like everyone's accountable. I don't know, man, like bringing new people is hard though, because like you said, like once the trust is broken, it makes you, I guess your defense, for me, like my defense, my wall actually goes up. Like I build a wall, so like.
Because you take into account, okay, so this guy doesn't trust you and I trust his judgment, so now I can't, not on no picking sides type shit. It's just like these people that from what I've seen, you know, they're good judge of character, they're friendly, they're inviting, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, I feel like for all of y'all went through a phase where it was like, all right, we really got to be mindful who we like bring around. If I see you on the fly, cool, but at the same time, it's like sitting down, breaking bread, traveling, all that other stuff. It's kind of like,
if we've only hung out once, bro, do not expect to come with my group to a con together. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just like, I need to get to know you. Like outside of
your worth.
I mean, in a way, you just gotta prove your friendship, not your worth. You need to prove your friendship and trust towards me. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Like whether that's just hanging out a few times outside of the cons, the gym, just like let's sit down. Let me like pick your brain. Let me know who you really are. And then it's all right. We can figure out something. We'll go to a con together, join the group, whatever you want to do.
say something.
We sound like a cult. We're not a cult. It's just like we gotta look out for these things, bro. You think the Avengers just have like, randomly people? Yeah.
Infinity War.
Infinity War, bro.
I am. Oh goddamn! Now let's start.
I feel the same way as y'all do. Like so much happened. I think the phrase I said the most, I was like, when we were traveling like cons later in the year, I was like, Ichiban Con was like this year. And it like felt like it was like 2 years ago because from 2023, we all didn't know each other, but we went into 2024 with a whole different group of friends that we had for the latter half of that year. And so it's like we went into 2024 and like things happen, half the group is chopped in half. Add like maybe a person here and then like we're just like, okay, this is cool, we're gonna rock with this.
Yeah.
And just because of the event we were talking about earlier,
The Civil War.
people yeah, they pick sides and it was just kind of like
He was
how
our
you
Iron Man.
No, it's so. I can't really get too personal about it because I came in towards the middle, and to keep it a band, I didn't know who you
You're like
were.
the Spider-Man of the group. You just got Tom Sting. You're like, yo, I'm ready for the action.
No, well, I've known him the longest, obviously, and when I was made aware, it kind of bothered me because my temperament was like that, on a daily anyway. And I know how it is when you go in a dark place, not because of your job, but because of an individual. So, and I do my best. I try to listen. I do my best not to I can't really impose my personal feelings on a situation I wasn't there for.
Yeah.
But I know what it did to him. I've talked to you about your perspective. I talked to you about your perspective. Diana, when I talk to you about your perspective, I'm scared because I just know it's. I'm like, oh my, fuck that. You can't. Don't say no name. Don't say no name. But no, I didn't. In cosplay or how about this? I feel like we live in a world where please go ahead, get another one. Get another one.
Stevie wants to know.
Hey, Duncan King, would you have another donut?
I can only take so much of the hops.
Oh, really? You smell that? Ain't got no water smell. You can't smell nothing. Okay, nah, but I wait.
That's some video idea right there.
Yeah,
you filmed that.
But I lost my train of thought, but I had a good point. At the end of the day, I feel like in the realm of anime and cosplay, even though it's just being an escape, I think unity. I've been learning, and it's not a good or bad thing, but I'm starting to learn cosplay is like everything else, and it didn't used to be like that, if that makes sense. And I think that's what's kind of bothersome to me, because some of the stories I've heard, I would never expect to hear that in a cosplay, like a con.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, wait, that happened?
Yeah.
So, it's like equivocal to going to the fair, equivocal to going to the movies. It's kind of like, yo. But anyway, I would say as far as cosplay, because of the influences that you have, the influences that you have, influence as low-key as you try to be, my bad on the cup, that you have, keep doing what you guys are doing, because again, it does spread that positivity. And for the no counts or the nerds or whatever, we need that.
Hey, bro, that's what we try to do, man. That's what we try to do.
Now to the fitness aspect. So, with that, so what are your fitness goals for this year?
Bro, I'm gonna do a fucking powerlift comp.
Yes, I mean,
doing a powerlift comp. It's happening this year, bro. So my train of thought, right? My thought process, why I decided to do this. I have been training since I was 13. I started lifting in 2014, and I started going to the gym in 2017. Overall, 10 years plus. For the last 3 or 4 years, everyone's been saying, yo, Rams, when are you gonna do a bodybuilding show? When are you gonna do like a powerlift comp? When are you gonna do something? And I'm like, you're right. When am I gonna do something? I'm strong for what? I'm aesthetic for what? At first it was like, yeah,
genetics. No, I'm message. No, I'm kidding.
all of this that I was doing before was for my own mental health, but now I'm like, I need that new challenge, bro. I want to chase that new high. Okay. And that one is going to be powerlifting.
You want to tell them when the first comp is?
April
I'm gonna record that one, but yeah.
Yeah, I gotta sign up. I gotta get my USAPL membership and then sign up for the comp. I think it's like 50 people already signed up. It's a total of 80, so I need to hurry the fuck up and do that. So, yeah, April 12th, Bucked Up Fitness, Cary, North Carolina. So
allow me to ask this, so what are your goals? Do you want to set you want to set certain state records for your height and body weight and all that? Is there certain weights you just want to hit in comp? Is there a goal you have for your squat, a goal you have for your deadlift, a goal you have for your bench? What are your goals going into your first comp?
So, for my own personal self, I know that currently I can deadlift 525, right?
Okay.
So I would like to, at comp, 500, 510.
Okay. That's a good
Squat,
number.
thank you. I do 370. I would like to, by then, be able to hit, I don't think I'll be able to hit 405 by then, but at least like
It's coming.
385, 390. And so that way in comp, I can do 375.
Okay.
Something like that. Bench, God, I want to hit 315 so bad. If I can do that, if I can do that before comp, we'll shoot for 300 for the bench.
So with that being said, like in training, like since you are committed to powerlifting, like what has your perspective been since you've been introduced to the KG weights? Whole different monster from plastic or traditional metal,
It
right?
feels so much better. It feels so much better. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable using them and knowing like which ones to use. Because I remember I went to Hard Work, this powerlifting gym local, once, and there was a powerlifting there giving me tips. But he started off with like, "Hey man, do you want some help? It looks like you're a little bit lost." And I'm like, "I am." He was very polite about it, but I'm like, "You're right." So he gave me some tips, and now I'm like, "Okay, I understand it now." Second time I went, I was like slapping weights on there. I'm like, "All right," I'm still calculating, but I'm like, "I know what this is. I know what it feels like. Let's hit this shit. Let's rip it." So it's definitely a nice change of pace. It's got me considering joining an actual powerlifting gym so I can ready up for this competition.
So allow me to say this: have you ever actually been to a comp before?
I've watched 2 of them. I haven't participated.
Well, no. Like, but you've been.
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So
Shout out
what-
my way, Brandon Reyes.
So so if you don't mind me asking, I can tell you what I like. I like the energy and the camaraderie people bring.
Yes.
But what do you like about powerlifting based on what you saw at a comp?
Lifting heavy ass weight. Lifting heavy ass weight. Just seeing people like, bro, when you're standing there in the audience, like it's cool seeing the guy on the platform. But then you see the guy in line getting ready. He's just staring at the weight like all angry and shit, getting hyped up. I'm like, that's the energy I like, bro. That fucking feeling of dominance. Like, even though it's an inanimate object, you want to look at it with so much like intimidation and hatred of like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I love that. I fucking love that. I'm psychotic about that shit, bro.
So allow me to ask this because not like this Full Metal Alchemist, give or take, but like, do you feel like because of what you're gonna have to commit to powerlifting, you're gonna have to take a break from cosplay a little bit? I'm asking just in general.
I foresee it coming.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I will try my best to still be in the community for like, well, I'm in this new era.
Okay.
But I feel like sometime around March is when that'll happen, just because
The dial back on cosplay.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna just completely do
no,
it. Okay.
No, like again, like half of my community now is because of cosplay. So
Okay.
for me to just completely leave it, I feel like I'm doing a
Disservice? Okay.
You know. But at the same time, I also know during that month, it's gonna be a month out before the competition. I need to that'll be my lock in. Yep, time. And I'll just have to focus on that. So who knows? A triad is gonna happen for me. I still don't know. But
So allow me to dial back to cosplay
Yeah.
real quick, just
is that
briefly.
a test? Oh shit. Sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I thought you were gonna say, "Oh my God, is that sheet? He's coming in towards the back." Yeah, no, let me stop. But no. So as far as cosplay, like, how many cosplay conventions do you want to go to for this year, and which ones are they?
The top one on the list right now is Anime NYC.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mainly excited for that one. There's more that I want to do. Like, I definitely want to maybe go back to Anime Weekend to Atlanta. Listen.
You know it's me.
My last experience was better. That second trip, it was wholesome.
Tristan, where you at? Home? Are you serious? Yes. Fuck y'all. Like, God damn.
That second trip really helped me out. I had a way much better experience. So I'm like, okay, not everyone in Atlanta is awful.
So if you don't mind me asking, because New York, that's East Coast, definitely East Coast side. So out of all of them between New York, well, East or West Coast, but outside of Los Angeles, Cali, Vegas, New York, what is it about the New York one that grabbed your attention to where you said, okay, I have to go to this one, out of the other ones on that side of the world, if that makes sense, or America?
For one, I've never been to New York.
Okay.
Being a foreign kid, it's just like, you hear about New York all the time.
You want their pizza, don't you? Now let me start you. Yeah.
But you hear about New York so much. You see it in the movies, Marvel Comics. It's like the main place for the heroes. You see it in like other movies, media, New York this, New York that. Oh my God, so much opportunity. I'm like, I want to go see what the fuck people are talking about, bro. But on top of that, go with also having the purpose of I get to cosplay with my friends. I get to like pull out some of my best cosplays. Some of the influencers that I follow are gonna be there. So not only is it travel to a land I've never been to before, it's a magical land. It's also opportunity. It's also just making an even bigger name for myself. You know.
Okay. So network, but but also for the experience. But
Yeah, exactly.
No. I ain't gonna make too much promises, but I plan to go to that one as well while doing other things. But so with that being said, go ahead.
When you
Get
meet
y'all-
Lorena
get y'all
Parkour
badges.
until I said
Like quick. The only reason it hasn't sold out is because now it's a 4-day con. They usually sell the badges like for the weekend. They sell it the day after.
Yeah, I heard it here
And
first.
so that's why I was talking about like I might.
Wait, and when is this one? The one in New York?
This is in August.
Yeah.
The end of
So if
August.
you don't buy it by like March or April, you're probably fucked.
You're cooked. Yeah.
No, for real?
Yeah,
So we gotta lock it in.
Because I was nervous because I looked at their posts like from last year
Yeah.
and on a Reddit thread, and they sold out the day after that they launched the tickets.
Damn.
And so,
How much
say,
are the 4-day passes going for? About
Well,
180?
they're almost $200.
Say less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on getting mine not next week, but my next pay period, which is at the end of the month,
Okay.
and then just locking it in. But I'll definitely say like you have more time than you did last year, but just be prepared if they don't have that pass to do like you're gonna have to do day passes individually.
What about you, Unc? You going?
What's that?
You going to the one in New York?
I would not make it to that one, personal reason, but I will be going to New York later on this year.
Okay, so what? So how about this? Just bringing it full circle. Like what cons do you plan on going to for this year? I understand for you because I know what is required of powerlifting, and I'm really happy that you're going down that path. I'll say this: I do and don't like the fact that you have to dial back from cosplay, because I don't want, and I doubt that it will. But I don't want powerlifting to be like a disappointment to you. But I honestly doubt that it will. But and whatever your niche is, unfortunately, sometimes you do, and I think you recognize this. So this isn't a lecture, obviously.
Yeah.
But you do have to dial back from one thing in order to be able to grow in another. So I'm really hoping you get, as far as potential opportunity, I hope you get that in full going into powerlifting. But so you're dialing back, and allow me to ask this before are you just going to do one comp, or if you are very satisfied with your first one, are you going to do more? Like I said, you just have to pay that one-time payment with that federation. You can still.
So this is my delusional optimism. I know that I'll be satisfied with it.
Okay.
The question is after that, am I gonna do a second one? Yeah, I would say yes. I want to start making more waves in the fitness industry.
Okay.
I feel like my name's been put out there here and there, but nobody really truly knows me like that yet. So I want people to just know, like, I'm fucking coming, you know. That sounds so dramatic, but I'm like, that's how dead set I am. Like,
that's the
making shit
attitude I
happen,
want you to have. Like
And it's like-
any powerlifter I've talked to, they've said that.
Yeah.
They said word verbatim, I'm coming.
Yeah.
But I know you all too well. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But I like that already.
Yeah, and it's like, obviously, I would like to be able to make something back from it. So if sponsorships do happen, sweet. I can lift heavy now and actually get paid for it. I don't make money from my content, just so y'all know. Everyone keeps thinking I make money. I don't. I'm broke.
And Ray, I'm gonna get $100. You got that? You don't
Cash
shut
at
the
me, bro.
fuck, man.
Yo, these OF Instagram models got like wish lists and stuff like that. Can I get a wish list? Can y'all buy me my next cosplay?
Oh shit. You know
Where
it'd be
my
so
sugar
cool that
daddies at?
they're not, because you have to be in slinglet. But if you could like do a comp in your Broly cosplay, that'd be so goddamn. They're not. They're gonna be like, get the fuck off the planet. But I'm just kidding.
The most that I'm gonna do, I feel like because it's just very on brand of me, I have to like come in with some sort of aesthetic that stands out. I'm thinking of doing some like Egyptian like eye makeup or some shit like that.
They'll allow that, but
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
But if it's on your body between your slinglet and your t-shirt, because you do get a pat now.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not lifting equipped and all that other stuff.
Gotcha.
If it's not an equipped
Yeah.
comp, but like I've never. Face paint, I don't think they're gonna say shit to you. But if you come in there like in cosplay, like in boots and shit, they gonna be
Yeah.
straight like that, like
Yeah.
oh this shit out. But anyway,
Yeah.
welcome to the cosplay community. I know I got off track.
You're good.
But so it is, you do have the intention of doing more than one. I like it, I love it, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bring our cosplay family there.
Oh, yeah.
What I mean, we'll just be like, hey, y'all gonna go this, that, and the third. I'm gonna be there. Gonna be like, hey, Cam, you going? Hey, Diana, you going? Hey, Wolf, you going? Hey, Sheed, you going? Hey, Chris, you going? Hey, I'm gonna be there with some donuts, just going up like this and shit with the
On my IG, everyone's gonna pull up, bro. 10,000 people.
But no, that is what your 2025 is looking like, and I'm very, very happy for that. But as far as you guys, like, what is for cosplay? What is y'all's 2025 looking like? Well, okay, what's the expectation, and we'll talk about the reality at the end of the year. But yeah,
Well, I like to speak what I think is realistic. So for me, I'm cutting back on my local cons so I can put more money towards big cosplays and going for the bigger cons. So I was gonna do like the whole weekend for Ibasho, but I'm just gonna do a day pass, so I don't have to drop the money in the hotel. Triad, I'll probably do the whole weekend, but then from there, it'll just be all the way to like Animazement, and that's like if we're doing a stream, we do the stream, and if you want me back, I'd love to do it.
I'm just gonna clone myself.
8 pharaohs.
Oh my
turn
God.
that into a Naruto hit. Believe it.
Unleash that feral energy. Unleash that feral energy.
But the big ones, man, Anime NYC and Otakon. I mean, Otakon, we hyped it up, and because it was really a great experience across the board. So I want to do the big cons all throughout the year. I want to invest in some bigger cosplays.
yeah, go as Guyver in the Guyver suit. That's some money. But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah.
I'm gonna do Anakin Skywalker.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You gonna get the robotic arm?
They have them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Take your arm off.
You turned her against me. Type, But yeah, because I Star Wars is my first love. It wasn't anime. Anime
Title
was
of Pokemon. Title of Pokemon.
Yeah, it was Pokemon.
Okay.
But Star Wars was like the first nerdy thing that was introduced to me, and I'm surprised I haven't done a Star Wars cosplay.
Learn something new today.
But yeah, with the homies, going to these big conventions, I feel like those are more worthwhile.
TikTok notification.
You know who to thank.
Hey man,
That's why I said, "Where's the hat at?" Somebody would be like, I can see right now the trolls. How dare you interview somebody with that?
they call me. So.
They gotta remake the hat with the TikTok logo on it.
It'll sell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man. But just having fun, man. Just going to big cons. That's the biggest one. Just going to some bigger ones out of state and going to the big ones that we enjoyed last year. The local ones are they're great. I love the local ones, but it definitely does eat up money when I can plan for the bigger ones and put more money towards like a flight, hotel.
Yeah,
tickets.
you right.
They add up.
You right. And hopefully you and me got a trip in November. So
I'm just about to say that.
yeah, that's why I beat you to it. I'm saying yeah. So yeah, you right.
Tax
So
refund.
This nigga here. Anyway, Chris, what is?
What was the question again?
Yeah, for 2025, what's your 2025 looking like?
So like he said, I'm cutting back on a few of the local cons too, sacrificing some to go to a few other cons I've been to. My big con coming up would be Katsu. I wasn't even gonna go. Originally I was going with the original gang, but
So who's this one? This one's with Jeffrey, Abel, and who else?
shit, there's like 7 or 8 of us now, bro. Well, 7 now. Batman dropped.
Oh, he did? Well, so
Duty calls, yeah.
Yeah, so what was it? It's you, Jeffrey, Leon. Bring it to the channel, Leon. I got you. And then
So Jeffrey, Leon, Rukin. Rukin's going. He's bringing his guts.
Hell yeah.
You haven't met them yet, but Jamie, he knows Jamie, Lulu. Savannah's actually coming too. So
you going without?
So two out of our original group is
I mean,
going.
what the fuck? When? But anyway, let me stop.
I was set to go, but just finances. I was like, no, it'd be smarter to not go.
Hey Jamie, I
spot.
promise to bring you on the channel. I've been saying that for the longest, but I'm gonna have a sit down with you as well. You are definitely part of the community in this group as well. And again, what I like about this, and I've said it since, came back, if that makes sense. But I do like this group, and I like what he's around. I hate that some of the things you guys have gone through. I'll just tell you this, and this is a genuine word from me, because moving forward, especially when it, on the road to success or greatness or whatever, what y'all went through might have just been the mini trials to the bigger bullshit. And when you think about it, that's scary, right?
Go through a real life eclipse.
You don't, man.
Tristan's getting sacrificed. Punk's gonna blow up.
Real life
Can the pedestal be made out of have a Krispy Kreme sign on the top before he gets sacrificed? That way, when the blood go out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
Yeah, let me stop.
The brand of sacrifice is gonna be a donut.
But no,
Crispy.
But moving forward, I think the only thing I just say I'm worried about because I say this because I love y'all, but not everybody makes it. You can't take everybody with you. We're doing good for right now. I'm gonna leave it off with this before I ask y'all to leave y'all closing statements.
Yeah.
Use me, don't misuse me. So with that being said, if we can help each other get to where we need to be, I'm forever grateful. The way I've lived my life is not always forever, but when it does, and eventually it will.
Yeah.
I say this out of love because I love y'all. When it does turn into just a memory, hopefully it's good ones and not bad, bitter ones. That's just my thoughts on it. I wish you all the luck in your journey. Wish you all the luck in your journey Right now, we're still walking on the same road, and I'm very happy about that. But there may come a time, I don't want that to happen, where it just doesn't align. I'll be okay with that. But other than that, those are my closing thoughts. We're going to save the best for last. You got any closing thoughts to this? Just the overall interview.
No, I love coming to Raleigh. I've been meaning to come up here for a little bit and see the main man. We got the main man Pharaoh here. I'm excited for 2025. I mean, it's here. A lot of crazy stuff's happened already, but I feel like it's gonna be this even more crazier than 2024.
Man,
I think,
my God.
I think, but it's a lot of area for growth, especially in our friendships and where we're all heading. I just want to maintain it. That's the most important part.
You hate new shit, don't you? Be
I
honest.
don't, especially what happened. Like I don't, like it's like that wall. Right?
Okay.
It's like the people I'm comfortable with. I'm very very comfortable with. I don't want nobody else, unless they really just like change my mind about.
So the next step has to be murder. Got it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
People want to join, they gotta kill somebody.
They gotta sacrifice.
What is this, a gang? Like, God damn.
In here, feeling good, smelling good, taking care of it.
Then Marley. No, we start. Yeah.
Scent of the day, myself, Saint Laurent,
Hey.
Eau de Parfum. But no, you just sometimes just gotta unleash that Pharaoh energy.
Unleash it all over everybody.
All over RJ.
What the Chris closing thoughts? Don't entertain that. Chris closing thoughts. Closing thoughts.
I lost my thoughts, but
Golden fluids.
Yeah,
my thoughts for the interview or just like overall, man.
No, just with everything we brought to this sit down, because let's call it spade a spade. This wasn't a podcast. This was a sit down.
Sit down, breaking bread. Really, I just came for these.
Damn. I'm being used, not abused. But no, let me start. Yeah. There's 4 left, by the way, ironic, so we all can eat one. Yeah, see?
You get another one.
Yeah, there we go. But anyway,
Nah, but like,
for the gym. But yeah.
Nah, but really, guys, like, I enjoy coming to, I won't even call it interviews, just like you said, just breaking bread, just really just getting to know each other, like, because at the end of the day, we are family. Whether it be just like going through cons or just through fitness or just sitting here eating donuts. But I don't know, 2025 is going to be interesting. A lot more plans, man. There is a con that I got talked into going to. I don't know if I'm going to make it yet, but it's a hentai con in Texas. Shout out to Rukin.
Hell yeah.
So out of all the shit we did, so out of all the shit we just talked about, this is my
Hey, but it's like it's a week before my birthday too, so
I'm kidding.
Titties for his birthday.
Amen.
You gonna come back
Trying to be
uncle for
someone's
real?
Chris, what you going at? Someone's only child. But anyway,
Talking about content creating.
Chris, why you got OnlyFans now? But nah, let me stop. Hey man, be careful. Is all I'm. God damn.
Have fun, man.
Were you joking about it being a hentai con, or is it really?
It's the actual hentai con. Texas. It's called. I forgot what it's called, but
Yeah, don't tell, because they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, which one is that? Now, let me
I wasn't even considering to.
Are they gonna have Mankatsu happening merch?
Oh my.
I'll find out.
Listen, I got some taste.
Hooters.
I didn't even know that. See that
As a twin.
you did.
Last night.
I can't wait to interview for that one. I know that much. It's gonna be
You
like,
coming with me?
Nah, you got me.
Yeah.
God, buddy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Nah, but like, I enjoy the people around.
When that camera go off, we're gonna have a talk. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so you want to go?
No, I know. Bitch, no. I'm sorry.
Nah, like, I enjoy these things, man. Like, it has been fun, man. It's gonna continue to get fun, man. And hopefully, like you said, man, you know, hopefully it doesn't get to a point where,
A repeat, basically.
yeah. Well, not even that. Just like we all have our own paths. We're going down the same path, but like opportunities arise, man. So you know,
The split.
yeah.
I allow me to, and then you'll end it for it. But I think, unfortunately, on the road to being great, that's what has to happen. We don't want that, but it's just like right now we all align, and it's in a good way. Because again, like prime example, when you were going through your shit, a lot of us had to ask like, "Hey, is Ram okay? Is Pharaoh okay?" And like again, we didn't like the fact that you went through that shift. But also with that being said, there may come a time and an opportunity, and I see it. Well, for all of y'all, call a spade a spade. But there may come opportunity, and it's not going to be no hard feelings. But you're not your brothers yet, like immediate family, yes. But there's going to come a time in our lives where we have opportunity and we can't take the people that we want to take. I'm attempting it right now for November, taking Youngin to Japan with me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, but if I were to keep it a band, I want to take all of it. I understand that we all can't make it there as of right now, but it's just certain experiences are only meant for us, and that is okay. But again, creme de la creme. Closing thoughts. Anything you want to say as we close out on this podcast interview?
I'm gonna stuff all three of you in my bag to my Samsung Alphaland party trip.
It's a big ass bag.
Yeah.
This solar party?
The select party. let me not joke about that. Samsung is a great guy. I met him. Amazing person. But dude, closing thoughts, man. Whew. So, 2024. It taught me a lot. It taught me that life is full of experiences. You can be as optimistic as you want to be, as delusional optimistic as you want to be. But life will be random. Life hits you with whatever. You just got to be like, all right, what am I going to do after this? So having that perspective going into 2025, I can only hope for so many things, but I don't know what's actually going to happen. So with that said, bro, I want everybody to be able to embrace the randomness that is life. Embrace the experiences that come to you. Learn from them, whatever they may be, good or bad. Just embrace them, accept them, and use them in a way to shape you into a better person. Tomorrow you may wake up, have a shitty day at work. The day after that, you may find the love of your life, right? You don't know what's coming, but you just gotta take it with stride, bro. And I wish everyone so much success, so much happiness, so much peace in their life, whatever that means to them. But yeah, you just be ready. Just be ready. It's gonna be a crazy year. I'm hopeful for a lot of things, but we just don't know what's coming. But hey, bro, we're gonna experience it. We're gonna push through.
Amen.
And unleash that Pharaoh energy.